Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Sports Show. Yours truly. And my sidekick, my ordinary sidekick, Nick Batista, as you can see, he's not here. Filling in for him is the one and only Hall of Fame. What Hall of Fame are you in?
Northern Kentucky Sports Hall of Fame.
Northern Kentucky Sports Hall of Fame for golf. Nick Batista, I've been teasing him, Steve, that he's worried that he might be the next Wally Pipp. Let's get right with it.
What about the Reds?
The Reds. What about the Reds? They're calling them America's team. I got to tell you a funny story. All right. So the Reds start out the season sucking. They're 5-17. Nobody's watching them. Nobody's going to the games. Blah, 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 blah. So my cousin Josh starts giving me a hard time that I'm snickering about the Reds on this show. He goes, I'm telling you, Eric, this young team is going to do something. They're special. You got to pay attention to them. So you know what I do? I watch every game of the Reds. They go to the Dodgers, they lose the first game. I've watched every Reds game. I swear to you, I've watched every Reds game, and they're doing unbelievable.
37-35. I'd have bet they'd have lost 100 games. They might win 90.
And they've not won a series in St. Louis forever. They beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. They sweep the Astros. It's an unbelievable team.
They're a half game back of Milwaukee. Those guys are so scared. They're giving out free mullet hair.
And you know what? This is funny. I put it on here. Ricky Wild Thing, Karcher. Did you see this guy pitch? He pitched the other night. By the way, he's already been sit down. But this guy threw balls like the Wild Thing in Major League. I mean, it was hysterical. I mean, the ball was going way up here, way up there. It was all over the place. Even the commentator had to make a comment. Did you see it?
Charlie Sheen was one of a kind. This guy's right there with him.
And Aroldis Chapman wants to come back and play for the Reds. By the way, I'm really worried about this. What is your opinion, Steve Cunningham? Should the Reds let Joey Votto play if he's able or not? I say keep Joey Votto on the bench. We're winning without him. What do you say?
Let's turn him into a manager.
There you go. A batting instructor. Let him be a batting instructor.
He was great and fast.
Speaking of the Reds, do you believe the Reds have moved the game time June 30th from 7:10 to 5:10 to accommodate Taylor Swift so there's not parking mess? Can you name one song Taylor Swift sings?
My boyfriend screwed me and I can't stand him. I don't know. Something like that, but I guess we'll get to hear that.
I mean, I can't name. Wait a minute. I give my girlfriend. I can't name a Taylor Swift song. Who are all these people that go nuts for Taylor Swift? And even the Reds are accommodating them.
She's very talented, but the Reds are accommodating her. That's something else. Go ahead.
Floyd Mayweather is funny. Floyd Mayweather will fight anybody that he thinks can make money, including John Gotti the Third. I mean, he's now fighting mobsters for money. Would you fight a mobster for money? I'd fight a mobster for money.
Doesn't seem like a good idea. If you win, you might get bagged.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Got to acknowledge the death of Norma Hunt. Norma Hunt was the Kansas City Chiefs' first lady. She's attended every Super Bowl since the beginning.
Unbelievable.
Now, have you ever checked out her daughter, Gracie Hunt?
No.
You might want to do that on the way home.
All right.
NBA Finals. Since our last show, the Denver Nuggets, they win in 4, 5. They win in 5. They win in 5. Can't win in 4. They win in 5. It was, man, they just beat the hell out of the Miami Heat. It wasn't even a game. Jokic is unbelievable.
He is unbelievable. Murray from UK.
UK guy.
And then you had Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler for the Heat. You know, Bam, a UK guy as well.
But Jimmy Butler, the last game he threw the ball away too much.
No, I understand. But
I was actually rooting for the Heat, but congratulations. Now, by the way, the Nuggets parade, Jokic's wife got hurt. It was a crazy parade.
Got to be careful.
NHL Finals, Vegas Golden Knights, they also win in 5. How would you like to play professional sports in Vegas, Steve Cunningham?
Only in America, right? We've got a desert area team winning a winter sport.
Beating the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Men college baseball. Are you watching any of the men's college baseball? I'm watching all of it, and I'm loving every bit of it. I'm glad to see Texas Christian knocked out Virginia because of an ACC. I root for the SEC schools, and I don't like the ACC schools. So I think it's going to be exciting. I hope Florida wins it all. Or LSU, an SEC team.
Go SEC. I got 3 kids. I haven't watched it. That's all you.
Jody Bahl. This is like Jordy Bahl. She was the ace Oklahoma pitcher. They just won the World Series in softball. She's transferring to Nebraska, her hometown. Isn't that crazy?
Whatever makes you happy.
Will they repeat? FC Cincinnati. I got nothing to say about FC Cincinnati to you except they keep tying.
Good for them.
All right. Brady nails a drone. Did you hear about this? He hits everything from a yacht. He throws a football and takes out a drone.
Good for him. It shouldn't have been there.
I agree with you. There's probably spying on him.
Guy wants some privacy.
He wants some privacy. Tori Bowie, sad story. A big track star dies giving birth. That's not supposed to happen anymore, does it?
Supposedly it happens in the African American culture a little bit more.
That's sad. Zeke. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants my man Zeke.
He's going to end up back.
He's going to come back to Dallas
at a discount.
He's going to with a big discount. He'll probably play for like lunch money.
He'll be okay.
But it said Kansas City Royals. They honored the Chiefs when the Reds were there. I thought that was salt in the wound.
What else is new? They gave out a co-branded towel. Good for them.
All-star voting. Do you think any Reds will make it? I say they have a chance in hell of making it.
Who cares?
Who cares? Jordan Burks is a big shot UK basketball player. They finally got one. John Calipari actually got a big recruit to come to UK. It's shocking.
He's from Kissimmee.
Kissimmee. All right. Michael Jordan bought a 1,817 horsepower Hennessey Venom F5 Roadster. What can you do with that much horsepower? Will he ever use that much horsepower on the interstate?
He probably will. Now, you've once been, 140?
140 is the top speed I've ever been on the interstate.
He'll beat that.
I think he will.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven a car like that, Josh Wentz?
No, hell no.
Unbelievable. Saquon Barkley is still talking the New York Giants. Nobody wants him either. He may not even sign with the Giants.
Injury prone.
Now, this is down your alley. The United States Senate has opened up investigation the PGA LIV merger. What do you think, if anything?
Well, with all that money floating around, what else is new? I mean,
you know what it is? The Senators just want some of it.
They want a piece of the action.
The Senators want some of it. You know what? They're going to say, come on, Saudis, give us some of our money and we'll let go. All right, Nick Batista's not here to talk about the Browns logo.
Hidden images.
But I think the logo sucks.
Looks like the old Budweiser. Remember
What do you think, Josh?
It's terrible.
I think it's a terrible logo.
Awful.
In fact, they got the ugliest uniforms in sports, the brown uniforms. Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless have broken up on Undisputed. Do you care?
Does anybody?
Chad Johnson's daughter's going to run track at UK. We're happy for her. Trevor Bauer has more sexual allegations against him. Do you believe them? I say no. I think these are false.
I don't know the guy. Maybe.
NFL player, you ready for this? They haven't named him yet. Apparently has lost $8 million on gambling.
Big surprise. They're throwing it in your face everywhere. It's on commercials.
Yeah, what was it? Today, watching the Reds game, they played this
MGM probably.
360 Sports over and over and over again about gambling. Do you gamble on sports?
I don't, because I'm a married man. I have in the past.
All right. Diane Stutts, sad story, was an Arkansas football recruit. ATV crash. Sad. Stefon Diggs has now reported to the Buffalo Bills. Do you care?
He's great. Good for him. I guess he got over whatever he needed to get over.
Lamar is throwing the football around to OBJ. They think they're like the happiest newlywed couple in football. Do you think this is going to work?
It'll last 12 hours.
All right. Mike Leach has been accepted in the Texas Tech Hall of Fame. Whoopee-wee. Now, this is another. We got all kinds of shit. Dion Sanders, the new Colorado football coach, might lose his foot. He's back in the hospital. They've already amputated toes. He might lose. Isn't that unbelievable? Dion Sanders, the greatest cornerback of all time, all that speed, might lose his foot. Life gets us all, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
All right. Speaking of Michael Jordan again, the sneakers, the tennis shoes that he wore during his I've Got the Flu game just sold for $1.38 million.
Somebody's got too much money out there. What's interesting about this, do you realize he didn't have the flu? He had food poisoning. He had ordered pizza, and they call it the flu game. He didn't have the flu.
Was it food poisoning that was caused by the enemy? Was it intentional or not?
It's possible.
All right. Conor McGregor's been accused of sexual assault by taking a chick into the bathroom. There's video footage of the girl holding his hand going into the bathroom with his guards. I say this is consensual sex, followed by, let's get some money. What do you say?
Looks that way to me.
All right. Denver Victory Parade. I already talked about that. Ray Lewis III, more sad story. Ray Lewis III, the son of the Ray Lewis, died, was found deceased between the bed and the wall. That looks like a drug overdose.
Accidental, they said.
Ugh. Stephen A. Smith, the great sports commentator, wants to be on Wheel of Fortune. He wants to replace Pat Sajak. Would you hire Stephen A. Smith to replace Pat Sajak? I would not.
I don't think I could do that either.
All right. Beckham's Miami deal. I just read about this, so I'm going to put it in the program. You can't make this up. When he came to play in the United States, Steve Cunningham, he said, I want to be able to purchase a team for $25 million. So they let him purchase the Miami team for $25 million, which has just signed Messi to come play. That franchise is now worth $600 million.
We got into the wrong rap.
Beckham is the Michael Jordan of soccer.
Yeah, good for
He
him.
knows how to make money. All right, U.S. Open's going on right now. I've been watching it today. Who do you think, can we get an update here? Who do you think, Steve Cunningham, is going to pull? I think Clark is going to win this sucker. He seems to be pulling away.
I'd be very happy for Wyndham Clark if he pulls this off. I think it's Rory's tournament. I think he's going to pull it off down the stretch after he stood up so strongly for the PGA Tour.
I was thinking the
Then
same
they kind
thing,
of
too.
turned on him for the almighty dollar, and I don't know.
I'm actually rooting for Roy McIlroy myself.
Northern Ireland.
He's 10 under. Wyndham Clark is at 11 under. Fowler's falling down at -8. Scheffler's -7. Tommy Fleetwood did a 63 today.
And he missed a short putt for 62 on the last, so it's out there, but that back nine is very difficult.
It looks like Clark and McIlroy are going to do it.
Some interesting facts on this. This is also the 50-year anniversary of Johnny Miller's 63 at Oakmont. And the USGA, they're very much like the Bar Association, if you will. They don't care to be embarrassed. The following year, 1974, was the massacre at Winged Foot, where +7 won the event. Hale Irwin pulled that off. So I look for next year at Pinehurst to be a massacre. We'll see.
They don't like to see them. This is at the LA Country Club.
Correct.
I wonder how much money you got to pay to get into the LA Country Club. All right, Orioles' Gunnar Henderson did something that was historic. Dozen hits, multiple steals, home run cycle. No other player in Major League history has done all that over a 5-span game. By the way, Ohtani from California is doing some crazy stuff. All right, Joe Burrow says he will listen to any kind of country music. Any kind of music but country music. Do you care? I don't care.
He spent some time at Ohio State. They might have got to him a little bit, but he'll be all right.
Could be. All right, Phillies, JT Realmuto, another crazy thing going on. Hit an inside the park homer in the postseason, hit for a cycle. Only player in Major League history has accomplished all three of these feats, Lou Gehrig.
They lost the game.
Lou Gehrig, this might be kind of prophecy coming up. Lou Gehrig's name coming up, Nick. Wally Pipp. Nick. I tried to explain to Nick that you're the backup for both me and him to try to ease the pain that he's going through right now watching this show. More Michael Jordan. They value the Charlotte Hornets at, Morant, John Morant.
Yeah.
John Morant's been suspended 25 games by the NBA. Too much, too little. This was the second time he's been waving around a gun. What would they do the third time he waves around a gun?
He's talented. He's 23 years old. He went to Murray State. None of this makes any sense. Hopefully he'll grow up.
I hope so, too. Anyway, they value the Charlotte Hornets at $3 billion, and Michael Jordan owns a majority share, so half of them, which is $1.5 billion. And he's selling, Michael Jordan's worth a couple $1 billion besides being the greatest basketball player. What a life.
Up to $2.6 billion now, they estimate, and he made less than $100 million as a player.
It's unbelievable. NBA draft is Thursday. Thursday. Are you going to watch it? Victor Wembanyama is going to go to San Antonio. It's the only draft pick that matters. Then San Antonio is going to win a bunch of championships.
He's 7'4" from France. Good luck to him.
All right. 613 diamonds are in the Chiefs Super Bowl rings, Steve Cunningham. 613. How small? You know what they say, that how small must these diamonds be to get 613 of them in a damn ring?
Only in America. We live in excess, right?
Good point. All right, the story was going to be that Bob Huggins got arrested for DUI. Now the story is Bob Huggins got a DUI and is now resigned as West Virginia coach. I think his statement on 700 WLW radio, coupled with the DUI, was too much. And here he is. So it's sad because I love Huggins.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some skeletons like all of us, but hopefully he'll enjoy his life now. I don't know.
Bert Halter's been named the United States soccer coach. I don't care to you.
No.
All right. Greg Norman has been sued over a wild party. Allegedly, this girl is saying that she was molested by other girls at the Norman home, and she was plied by alcohol from Mrs. Norman. Have you ever been invited to a party at the Normans?
No, that'd be pretty cool.
Brewer Mullet Night. They had a mullet night. I don't know if you got in free, but they apparently gave you a free mullet. Like they had a barbers lined up to cut your mullet. Have you ever had a mullet, Steve Cunningham?
Never did. Did you?
No, I never did. I don't like the mullet look.
All right.
Would you get a mullet to go to a Reds baseball game for free?
No.
Me neither. All right. Premier Lacrosse. You know why I put Premier Lacrosse on here? Why? Why in the hell is there such a thing as professional lacrosse?
Somebody likes it.
Jeez, oh Pete. MMA fights, nothing big to report about. Now, this is really cool. You know how NASCAR is so American, Steve Cunningham?
True.
They did not have a race on Father's Day.
Good for them.
By the way, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
I saw Amazon out there tossing deliveries around. I couldn't believe it.
William Carlson's speech. Did you see his speech? He is a forward for the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Dropped
He's
an
drunkard hell, shirts off. He's out there saying, "We beat the shit out of them," meaning Arizona. He dropped it. He was funnier. His teammates were like, "Oh, please stop, please stop." But he kept going and going and going. All-time epic NHL speech. Last but not least, the Tour de France cheating. A bunch of bikers were caught holding on to cars going up the hill at the Tour de France. I think to myself, do they not think that the guy in the car is not going to tell on them?
Do you remember Back to the Future when Michael J. Fox was hitching rides?
That's right.
That's what it reminded me of. They were watching Back to the Future.
That's right. They were right. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add on this sports show?
Hope everybody had a great Father's Day. Thanks for having me, Eric. It was fun.
We covered 53 topics in under 20 minutes.
Sounds great.
Thanks for being
Fishing
on.
as always.
Hey, Nick, get your ass back here next week. This is the Bulldog with his new sidekick, Steve Cunningham. I hope all of you have a great sports week. Happy Father's Day.